Welcome back. You're listening to the Saints. I was just pulling it up.
I was like, wait a minute.
Well, he's the one starting it, so.
That's true.
Dude, do we know what we're saying now? Here we go, Lord Jesus. There were 6 saints who got together and tried a little something out.
Yeah.
100 episodes ago.
Yes.
2 years and some months ago.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the 100th episode.
The 100th episode. 100th!
Andrew's favorite podcast.
We made it!
This is usually the episode on TV shows they bring out the cake afterwards.
We need cake!
We didn't have
Where's
cake!
the cake? No, let's try for donuts.
Go get cake.
Yes.
Donuts.
Donuts after the recording.
Oh, we're going to talk about donuts.
I have a coupon for donuts this weekend.
Of course you would.
Of course, Mr. Coupon.
Yes, Mr. Coupon.
So, Saints, we have a special program. They're all special. We've established that already. But a very extremely extra special program for you today with our 100th episode of To the Saints. Let's get going. My name is R.C.
This is Carrie. This is Allison.
This is Tyrone.
This is Thomas.
This is Bridget.
And this is Andrew.
All right. So, what in the world are we going to do for this fabulous 100th episode?
It should be something very deep and spiritual.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wait, is that not what we planned? Oh.
They're all
right.
deep and spiritual.
We
Right?
plan these things?
No, it's all spontaneous.
Oh, no.
Amazing. We probably wouldn't be here.
Yes.
We all just happen to be in this room at this time.
We did.
Heard from the Lord.
Well, all right. So, Saints, we wanted... it may have just been from us. I was going to say we've had requests, but it may have just been us requesting
I think it was. We requested this.
from the very, very, very first episode when we were recording in the Bridge 1120 Studios
Yes.
in Austin, Texas.
On the AM dial.
On the AM dial.
Yes.
We didn't know what we were doing, how we were signing off or anything like that, and Bridget really had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yes.
And so we're talking about, let's say our names one more time. I said, this is RC. You used to say my name one more time so we could all say it and end it. And she's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. And then she left.
She had to. It was like an emergency almost.
And so as soon as she left, everybody else was like, no, I like that idea. Let's do that. We'll do that. And so we did the names again.
We did.
And then there came out this.
Can I go to the bathroom now?
Have we signed off?
No, we haven't signed up.
No.
All right, so let's officially sign off.
Do I have to say something in that?
So till next week, this is RC.
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll sign off.
I like that. I mean, I like that signing off. We sign on all. All sign off, Bridget. But
Right? I like that.
no,
Now that she's out of the room.
Let's just do it. Go. Ready, set, go.
This is RC.
This is Carrie.
This is Andrew.
This is Tyrone.
This is Allison.
Who is in a hole somewhere?
Tied up like
Being held hostage at the bridge. 1120.
We're going to have bloopers. Can we put bloopers like a little...
Bloopers.
Different show bloopers or something.
And Bridget.
And we were all laughing at that because Bridget was in a hole somewhere. This is Bridget. And so from then, somebody mentioned, we need to have bloopers.
Yep.
Yes.
And It has been on the back of our minds ever since
We've
the
been
very first
stockpiling them
episode.
since the inception.
We actually create bloopers just for you guys.
Right.
It actually naturally
That's how
happens.
they happen.
That's it. Yes,
Yeah,
we're
this
doing
is-
this all on purpose.
We're naturally talented bloopers.
No mistakes.
This is the special edition Blu-ray for the To the Saints episode right here. That it's going to have your bloopers and outtakes, your gag reel, and then your deleted scenes and your behind-the-scenes look
Yes.
Yes.
at the making of
Yes.
Good summary.
the To the Saints
Yes.
podcast.
There's not really going to be a Blu-ray. Just
Just in case that was
Just on video?
just in case. Yeah.
Now, there are whispers
Yeah.
that maybe eventually we might be videotizing ourselves.
Yes.
that would be fun.
We're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
We have a camera person right now walking around the studio. So maybe some of this video will leak somewhere.
Oh, it will.
We need to have a leak.
It's leaking.
It's leaking. Who's leaking?
I know, right? Wait a minute.
Not me. I went to the bathroom.
That's right. She came out of the hole.
It came out of the...
She's back.
Well, we already have bloopers within the blooper show. Okay. So before we get into all the fun, goofy blooper and outtakes and all that, just a little retrospective.
Yeah.
Quickly, the podcast got started on a very interesting foot because our plan was our plan, Saints. And you know what Scripture says about our plans.
Yeah, it does.
The Lord laughs at them. Isn't that what Scripture says? Our plan was to go into the studio 1 week and record, but then that recording would play the next week. So that each week we were a week ahead.
Right.
We would record a
Sounds
week
logical,
ahead.
doesn't it?
Sounds logical.
Because
we didn't
there's
want to...
editing needed.
Yeah,
We're not doing this live.
Yep, so the very first episode aired on January 15th, 2017. And so on January 8th, 2017, we went into the studio. I don't know if it was that Sunday, but sometime the week before, we were all in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that comfortable. We knew each other. We were built together a little bit, whatever, but we hadn't really learned anything about each other and trying to do a
things were
podcast
still new.
together.
Yeah.
And so, and we didn't have the well-oiled machine that we have now, and how we do our notes and how we speak and all that. And one of us wasn't even in the same room. She was Skyping in from home because she had a newborn
That's right.
and was hanging out with them.
Okay, but they had set up. This was Allison.
Yes.
Allison had a newborn. He was born in December.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And this was January
Yes.
that we were starting.
Uh-huh.
And they had set up a little place in their closet that Allison would shut herself off in.
Yes.
She was in a closet.
And she would call in. Yeah.
Call in. I'd Skyped
Super
her into the
soundproof.
computer. Yep.
Like
And what we didn't realize,
Closed sound.
I think it was our first or second episode we sang. And there was only then that we realized that there was a delay in between when she would speak and what we would hear.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Allison, you got a lag. You're lagging behind a little bit.
I'm lagging.
I don't know how to fix
Oh,
that.
I don't think you can.
I don't know you'd be able to sing it.
That's
Well,
all right.
you just have to anticipate that we're singing.
Yes, use your spirit. Exercise the spirit.
Because we were singing, and she was always like a half a secend behind everybody. We're like, Allison, come on.
Keep up.
But anyway, back to the interesting foot.
Yeah.
So we recorded that week before, and, so originally we were 2 hours long. This was a 2-hour program. Which is how we now have 100 episodes, because we broke them up into smaller episodes. But these 2 hours, so we would record probably 3 hours, just an hour, now half an hour here and half an hour after, just trying to get everything together. And the computers at the radio station froze.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of trying to save it all, and it froze on me.
And RC's face froze.
And oh man, it had happened before at the radio station, so I knew it was like a possibility type of thing, but I didn't really expect it to happen, if you will. But it did. It froze. I know. Okay, so everybody hears it. I don't know what it is. It's an electrical glitch somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know
There's
if
a
it's going to
noise
be on
that
the
comes
recording
on.
or not, but
Okay.
We just accept that there is a noise from time to time.
Yep.
This will all go on the recording, by the way.
Yep.
It froze, and the only way to unfreeze it was to restart the computer, and we lost 2 hours worth of recording.
We lost our whole first episode.
Our whole first episode was gone, and I was not happy with it at all. I was a little hot under the collar. So, that's me in the corner, losing my religion. that was me in the corner. But so we realized that the Lord evidently didn't want us a week ahead, because we only had so long to actually record together. Because anyway, so we came in on the 15th and recorded that morning.
All the episodes. Yeah.
And then I had like an hour or two to get it edited and ready to go for airing at. Did it air at 3 or 5? I think it was 5.
It aired at 5.
Aired at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And live, if you will. But so, our very first recording was lost.
Yes, it was.
And
that's what our Sundays look like for January through July. Because it was at the To the Saints conference that July that we stopped.
Yeah.
And so our C would be up at the radio station all day long on Sundays. But we would show up in the morning, and we would record all morning. And then he'd edit all afternoon and post it.
And then I had to stay for my shift, which ended like at 9 o'clock at night. And so my Sundays were spent at the Bridge 1120 in Austin, Texas.
Right.
And then going through looking for our fodder, if you will, for this episode, I found that our first outtakes, if you will, came from the second recording.
Nice.
Yes.
But anyways, that's just a little story about how we got started, which wasn't a whole lot of fun.
And how at first, some of us, me included, thought there is no way we will be able to talk for 2 hours.
I know.
Yeah, we all
That
thought
was too
that,
much
yeah.
time. 1 hour at the most.
Yeah.
Yep. But we all felt like the Lord wanted us to go for 2 hours. But we all were like, I don't know, we can do 2 hours.
And then most recordings, we would have to shut ourselves down or rush through the end.
Right.
To finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 hours.
To fit
I
within
think
2
that when the
hours.
Lord did that too with the thing, it wasn't just the Sundays. It was to break us of it doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
We were so worried about not having enough. We were so worried of it be good. We wanted it to be done well.
Right.
But He's like, I've got this. I've got enough
good.
information in you.
Yeah.
So
And now, we are no longer on the radio station.
Nope. But we are perfect.
Nope. That's not it either.
Some of us.
some of us are closer than others.
We're no longer on the radio station. And we batch record. So basically, we record roughly once a month for 4 hours on a Saturday or Sunday. Bless it. Well, it keeps sinking, and I keep...
She's talking about her microphone.
Sorry. My
Not her
microphone
battleship,
keeps
but
sinking.
her
melting.
microphone.
Battleship is sinking.
But now, so we batch record. We record roughly 4 podcasts in, a 4-hour span.
Yep.
And we are going to talk about how we pick our topics and our notes and stuff in a little bit.
Yeah, well, we can do it right now.
Yeah.
'Cause, we actually were
We were asked
visited
this.
recently by some listeners, and they had some questions that I didn't think people really cared about, but some people do. And I'm like, all right, great, we can answer those. So, one question, Andrew, is how do we pick our topics?
Oh, well, when we pick our topics, we actually get together at least once a week, specifically for the radio program or the podcast now, and we spend time with the Lord about different topics He's placed on our hearts, and we kind of present that with each other and talk about it, and see which topic has life behind it. There's some topics that seem really good, but as we're kind of talking about it, we don't have any life in it. And so we have a Google Doc that we keep these ideas
the idea board
going.
Yeah.
And so with that one, we just kind of keep that idea on there because the Lord may bring it up again later. And we look at other ones.
Yeah.
And you can tell, a lot of times we joke, but there's probably some seriousness behind it is some of the topics we talk about. If we had a microphone right there,
Yeah.
we could probably
just record that.
do the
I know.
recording right there because the conversation has a lot of life behind it. Different ideas are there.
Yeah.
So that's one way we have some of the topics. Sometimes our listeners will ask questions, and we'll discuss if now's a good time to answer that question, and that will be a topic for the next program as well.
Right.
So those are some of the ways that we choose some of the topics.
Yeah. We use Google Docs.
Yes.
Revolutionized our life. Usually one or two people will say, yeah, I could take, the lead on it, get some notes on there and things like that. We share a Google Doc amongst us, and we just kind of, I feel led to say this, I feel led to say that, and we just kind of, we actually have rainbow colored.
Yes. We each have our individual.
We all have our own little colors.
Yeah,
we
it's
know who's
color-coded,
saying what.
yeah.
I will post a picture. Well,
Okay.
we'll post a picture in
Yeah.
the show notes on tothesaints.com of our 100th episode Google Doc.
Notes. Although it's not very color coded.
I know. I was just thinking.
Yeah,
you guys
this
need
is
to
not
color
a
code
good
this.
example. Yeah.
This one's not as
Well, no. Here we go. Andrew answered this one, so
There
that
we
could be
go.
his
Yes.
color.
But that just kind of helped
I
us
like
to know who was when and
Right.
that kind of thing. And
Because in the beginning, our first couple episodes, we didn't have our color code system.
No, we didn't.
Each one of us brought notes.
Yeah, I don't
Papers.
remember
Yeah.
how we
How
really
we
did
did
that.
Some had
Paper and phones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Paper on the phones. Yeah.
So who thought of the Google Doc?
It was me.
Okay.
he's going to own it.
Well, none of us know. We'll give it to you, Andrew.
Yeah,
Totally
wait,
Andrew's
wait.
idea.
It probably was, actually.
Yeah.
He's the organized
Yeah.
planning guy. But yeah, that totally revolutionized, because then we have our colors at the top, and we knew, okay, we can put what we want to say in a certain color, and that way we kind of have a better idea of who's talking when and what, but we still, we don't just stick to that, though.
It
No.
was we don't just stick to that,
No.
but it did make it so much easier to see rather than just having people's names kind of above a little section.
Yep.
It definitely made it a lot easier to see by color coding it. Also, because we were recording 2 hours worth every single week for those first 7 months, it also helped sharing the burden where, like, different people, especially if it was your idea, you probably already had some thoughts to go along with it. And so it was kind of your responsibility to start the Google Doc and really kind of put the outline down. And then people could come in and add things that were specifically on their heart about that to share. And so it wasn't like everyone had to carry the full load of every single episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Which helped when we were kind of carrying that big of a load
Absolutely.
for that long.
Yeah.
And we say that like we don't do that anymore, but we still do.
We still,
still
we
do
still
that.
do that
Yeah.
exact thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Allison, I got a question for you. You ready?
Shoot.
How do we determine in what order we say our names?
Oh, there were so many good joke answers to this question.
That's why I asked you.
We thought the person that spent the most time with Jesus that week got to go
Yes.
first.
Which, if you listen,
I was gonna
I
say,
go
RC
first
goes
an
first most of the
awful
time.
lot.
So he likes that answer.
Or who was, feeling spiritual, or was it just random?
Spiritual.
Yes.
The last shall be first, because I'm usually last.
As our Lord is the Lord of order, it is very orderly. We usually start with RC on the board, and he usually kicks us off, and then we go around the table from him.
Yeah.
Right.
That's about it.
Which, when we were recording at the radio station, we pretty much had our seats and we sat in the exact
We
same
had assigned
seats
pews.
We did.
every
did.
single time. So the names went in the same order and we kind of got a groove. But now that we're just recording once a month, we're typically in a different studio room each time, and the setup is a little different. And, we've even gotten a little fancy and gotten out of order.
Yes.
lately.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
you could tell if you've been listening to the other
Yeah,
past.
last week, if
Yeah.
you listen, I jump in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyrone,
Yes.
hey, where or how do we record?
Where we record, well, initially it started, of course, at the radio station, the Bridge, where we just
Which was
recorded in the
nice.
studio, which was
Because
nice.
we didn't have
yeah.
any competing
Yeah.
noises.
It was fairly warm in there at times.
That
Oh
was
my
nice.
gosh.
It was
really hot.
Hades.
I don't know. Yeah.
It was Hades. It
No,
was
there
hot.
was like
There were times it would be 90-something
gonna
degrees
say,
inside
yes.
the studio.
Because it was on the weekend,
'Cause on the
on a
weekend.
Sunday.
Right, and the whole building was set on a timer thing,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
so on the weekend it didn't necessarily run the cold air.
Right. And we couldn't
Yeah.
override it. Like,
Nope.
it would just shut it off.
And it was south-facing windows, and
Yes.
so we had sun coming in the windows
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yes.
Bless.
So that was the first.
Sauna.
That was like a sauna in there. So that was the first place. And then after we took the break from our first season of podcast or radio programs, we tried to figure out what we were going to do. And then we were living at the RV park that we are at now. Still, there's a community area there that,
the fellowship hall.
The fellowship hall that we have so called it now. And we've recorded there several times. And then we found another place, or another recording studio that was very dark with sticky floors.
Yes, you remember that? Andrew was going to bring shoe covers.
Yes. And we recorded there a few times, and now we're at this place that we're recording right now. We've been twice, and so we've been at 3 different places.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Four
different places. Yes.
Yep.
So, and how we record, we use sound equipment.
Yeah. Again, we'll put a picture.
We have a mixer
in the show notes
with
I'll take
7 microphones.
Yes.
We have our own microphone arm holder things. I forget what they're called.
Yeah. Arms.
The arms that connect to tables.
Mic stands.
But the mic stands or whatever, but they don't work here, so we have to use the
these
mic
tables
stands
are
that
weird.
The tables are beveled.
Yeah, we have to use the mic stands that the studio here provides.
We were able to get this equipment, Saints,
Through
your generous donation.
Yes, actually.
yes.
Seriously.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Keeping hope alive, keeping the program going.
Yeah.
Seriously, people wonder why do they need money for? Well, because A was equipment, and B is we do have childcare. Like
Yeah,
We do.
and so,
me and Allison still have young
Yeah,
kids.
we
so-
pay some of our
Yeah.
older kids to watch the younger kids while
Yeah.
we record.
Yes.
And he mentioned the studios. We rent studio space.
Yeah, we rent
It
studio
costs money
space,
to do
yes.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, when RC was working at the RV park, we could use the space kind of more at off hour, like off open
Yeah.
times, and so we wouldn't have to be concerned about someone coming in
Yeah.
to that
Yep.
public space, but he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
So that's how we record.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Now,
And RC is a great producer.
Yes, it
yes.
is.
Yeah, RC does all of our post editing and
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
that's-
And he's
grateful.
so great that he rubs his forehead
He's being
on his
creepy,
own microphone.
like
It's my own
cat or
microphone, so I can do that.
Oh, stop.
But yeah, and it's always perfect recording, right? I mean, you guys just talked about how great I am,
yes.
but then there's those times when a certain box isn't ticked
Oh yes.
or a certain button isn't pressed, and you can find those episodes, Saint. If you go on an Easter egg hunt, here's your assignment: find the episodes where. How come I can't hear Tyrone very well? It's because we're recording directly into the microphone in my laptop, so RC is the loudest of us all.
Despite the fact that all of the microphones are set up and sitting right in front of our faces the whole time.
But only I am the one actually being, because everybody. So there's a series of episodes, like 3 or 4 episodes, where it's hard to hear people because
But we posted them anyway.
I was so mad.
Yep.
I was so upset.
Because we weren't doing it again.
That's right.
So then they start asking me this question.
Is that box checked that needs to be checked?
Come on, check your box.
Do you have that little box check that you're supposed to check on your little computer?
Check the box.
Mm-hmm.
Did you check the box?
I just played those clips for you there.
Yep.
All right. So here's a question for Carrie. I want a very spiritual answer, Carrie.
I want the truth.
I do too.
You can.
Do you get along outside of the podcast?
No.
I said the truth.
You said that?
Just thank you for being honest.
I know.
That
Just
explains
straight.
it. That
No.
explains a lot.
No, really, we do. We really do. Kind of how you hear us in here is kind of how we are with each other. I mean, we get along, we banter back and forth. It's at ease to talk to each other. We hang out together, and yeah, we get along.
I think that whenever we talk about things like, not wanting to get together with people and having to overcome that, or we talk about things like kind of having to forbear with each other's crankiness and stuff, like that's part of our real life too,
That is.
honestly. And it really seems to show up on the day that we're recording.
On game day.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
And there is pretty much always some level of tension in the group in some way before we, like when we're trying to get set up, when we're trying to get here, when we're trying to get set up, when we're trying to get going, you can tell there's something resisting it.
Yes.
You know?
But then we start.
But then we
we're
get
good.
going, and
Press
We're
through
all
it.
good.
yep.
Yes.
Because we've learned how we are and
Yes.
are learning how we are. And so if I fly off the handle, they're like, there goes RC again. But they still love me and
Absolutely.
let me go. And
Or even if there's an episode that I may not be feeling as much, I'm like, okay, plow through this, because we do this together. It gets in the middle of it, and I'm like, this is fantastic. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
I do remember that when we first started. We had a newborn, and me and Allison would come in sometimes. Dead dog tired.
Yes.
But it was worth it. There
Yep.
was something that the Lord had and wanted, and glad we made it through that.
Glad he's not a newborn anymore.
there are times when we are in the midst of a episode of a topic, and we are just going at it strong. The spirit is flowing and going. And then Thomas will say something like off the wall and take us down a rabbit hole. And so, 10 minutes later, we realize, what were we just talking about? Polecats and opossums and
opossums.
skunks.
Wait, you call them opossums?
They opossums. That's
We're
what they
gonna have
call
it
'em.
again.
So then you realize we just spent 10 minutes talking about nothing. But it was recorded.
It was because you like to just hit the button. And
I hit the
record
button and I just go.
What happens?
And
Here it
we'll
is.
see what people say. You never know. So we have random conversations. These are what I call our deleted scenes.
Yeah.
This is going in the 100th episode.
I know.
There
Serious.
you go.
We'll show them. At 100, they'll get to see what it's really like.
Yeah.
For all those people that think we just sit around and have very spiritual conversations all the time.
When RC hits the record button, they don't know it.
I know. That's what.
Grandmother's repast. We had raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, back up a minute. At your grandmother's what?
Repast.
Oh yeah, whatever.
That's
What
another
is
one
that?
of those words we could.
Repast.
It's like awake?
No. The repast is when the
Shay told me about that.
the closest family members after the funeral go to someone's house and eat and fellowship together. This is even a closer knit community. So normally
We do that too, we just don't have a name for it.
no. There's in the Black folk community. There's the funeral, and then after the funeral, there's an actual recession there for any and everybody who's there. And then there's one back at somebody's house who's just the family. It's called.
Yeah, not everybody else, just literally intimate.
So it's like two repasses. It's like a
I've actually never heard that word.
repast.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be another segment.
So when you
We
say
put
two
out a
of
word,
those,
we all
I wouldn't
guess
even
the
know what the first one
definition
was.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
The raccoon thing reminds me of that commercial. Remember Lens Craft commercial where the lady was opening the
Lens
sliding,
crafters.
whatever it is.
Yes.
And she'd open the door and she's like, "Oh, come in, come in." You see the idea, and you need glasses because it's a raccoon.
Raccoon. Yes. I do remember. Just play that. Just record this and play
I know,
this.
that's what I'm thinking.
It is being
Just let
recorded.
us.
I missed the whole polecat discussion.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, I can ask it again.
You could. What else? What do you call a skunk, Carrie?
No, I'm asking you
Oh,
that.
sorry. I don't know, Carrie.
You know another word for skunk besides the word skunk?
What did I say? Stinker.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Possum.
That's an entirely different
that's a
animal.
different animal.
I guarantee you, at some point, someone saw a skunk and
was like,
called it a possum.
Oh, that's an opossum. And they pronounced the O. To
And I'm sure they needed glasses.
Yeah.
Not a young possum, an old possum.
Well, it does have an O at the front of it.
Silent.
No, when we lived in Grayson, Kentucky, they were pocats.
Pocats.
How do you spell that?
Polecat.
I don't know.
I'm picturing it with a K and not a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there were you
Okay.
also
Coquettes?
There is a synonym at thesaurus.com for skunk. One synonym.
What is it?
Cheater.
Really?
What? You skunk. You cheater.
Huh. Maybe.
Do you remember you had a coworker
Cheater, polecat eater.
Why are we talking
that
about
lived
this?
in Ashland?
Cheat.
Carrie,
What?
you had
Sorry.
a coworker and she had those dogs that were trained. They were like trained for something.
They're coon dogs.
Coon.
Coon
No, I
dogs.
thought they were like little
What are what you're
little dogs.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Like they were trained to
Little dogs.
They were like for squirrels or something weird. Something
I don't
different.
know.
Squirrel dog didn't have the
Squirrel
same
dog.
name.
Yeah, they're squirrel dog, I'm sure.
So these was dogs specifically to train and go get them coon, bring them back.
Yeah, that's not abnormal.
No.
We all have.
I got
We all have one of
from the
those.
south.
We all
Right,
have one of
them
them.
coon dogs.
We all have one of them.
Polecat.
I did learn like recently that there is such a thing as possum and opossum.
Yes.
One of them lives in Australia. And
Not
is a totally
to be
different kind of
confused
animal.
with a skunk.
Oh, there's
Also,
a
a
type.
polecat's a different kind of
Kinda crazy.
Yeah.
A polecat is a type of skunk, an African skunk.
Well, it says not to be confused with a skunk.
I will say,
Oh, a polecat.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
typed in the word possum in my search bar, and
it
literally
said
the
skunk.
first thing that came up is possum versus skunk.
You win.
Bam. Got validation I wasn't even looking for. Boom.
The Lord is smiling on
Nobody
me.
call no possum no skunk.
Right? They don't even look alike.
I guarantee you, Tyrone, somebody somewhere.
Call a possum a skunk.
Yeah, look
Ooh,
at-
get
yeah.
that skunk out of here.
You got that right.
It's hissing at me.
And it
Now
was
it's
somebody's
playing,
grandma
now
that
it's
did
playing
it, too.
dead.
Okay, it says the term polecat is sometimes applied to a black-footed ferret. Okay, but it's loosely used for skunks.
So it's not polecat, it's polecat. That got.
I know, but I mean, when you put the
But they in
accent,
Kentucky, they in Kentucky,
polecat.
so they don't
Yeah,
pronounce
right.
the L. They don't
But
say
it's pole.
They don't
That's
say
literally
pole.
what I was about to say if I wasn't gonna.
Pardon me,
Yeah.
but is that a polecat?
or polecat.
Oh, they say, well, what you got over there, a polecat? Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of everyone's almost favorite podcast,
To the Saints.
Radio.
Yes.
La Radio. For our Spanish-speaking audience,
Is that that's a Spanish accent?
La Radio. So, yes, To the Saints. Listen to us online at tothesaints.com. Or iTunes, or Stitcher, or Blueberry, or Google. We're also on Google Podcasts.
Google.
I already said iTunes. The TuneIn
Yeah,
Radio.
TuneIn.
Yes. We're everywhere.
We're sure trying to be.
Everywhere you want to be. Who was that? Was that MasterCard or Visa? Everywhere you want to be.
We're not doing advertising.
That's American Express. Brought to you by.
Yes.
Oh man, you know what that sounds like? Nope, you gotta wait for me to pull all my stuff up now. We're just dancing, having fun. Okay.
No, we're waiting.
It's 104.
Thanks for ruining it, Bridget.
Yeah, now I gotta fade it out. Push pause on that. Nope. Pause. There you go. So now I can pull up this other thing.
Thanks for doing all this technical stuff for us.
Rich and I are waiting for fun. Where's the fun train?
I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I
Okay.
need someone.
We didn't say our names
Why not?
because you went in a direction that I didn't realize you were going after that song. It reminded you of something I thought MasterCard needed to bring up something, and we didn't say our names.
Yeah.
My name is RC.
Do we want to just start over
Nope.
this episode? Okay.
Fine.
What's in your wallet?
Absolutely nothing.
Your podcast.
I am broke.
Which reminds us to support the show.
Hey, just
This is
more,
going on the
I was gonna
bluebird.
say more fodder for the 100th episode.
Are you going to say anything, Thomas, about where you think some of the motivation comes from when people say that? Like you shared the other night, that idea of...
Yeah, I can do that.
I thought that was a good point.
Thomas, what color are you?
I think I'm
You're
purple.
kind of maroonish color. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
John's
Kind of a darkened blood color.
episode 65.
That's gross.
Blood is not gross, Bridget.
So 94
Darkened blood is.
New Exodus.
Carrie, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, probably dark blood is old blood.
Colts.
a medical perspective.
I mean, if it is
Excellent.
dark, there are definitely some electrolytes that are off there.
This reminds me
I
of
have
our,
to redraw.
We really need
our
to discuss
Trench
this
Diggers-
further.
Takes electrolytes.
our last Trench Diggers meeting when I made the comment that I need a sciatic nerve replacement. And
I was like,
they can't do that.
well, I was really thinking about, like,
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
did he read an article? Is there a new...
With God, all things are
You know, it's just
possible.
like a shoestring. They just slide it right back
Yeah,
down.
it might be able to one day.
Hello? Okay.
All right, I'm all business now.
It'll be a while before I'm gone.
Words
Right.
to face you so that you're talking into the right side.
What's the goal
I don't know
time
why that
limit
noise
time
just
for this one?
bothers me so much.
30-ish.
It should bother me, I suppose. I've never seen that face on him before.
How's this? That sound good?
It's a new
That
one.
sounds good.
Yes,
Like you
it does.
chewing next to me.
Yes, I know. I keep forgetting you have a chewing thing
Have to plug my
because
ear
I am not a gentle chewer.
so you can chew what you want.
Not
You
the
can chew
gentle
however
chewer.
you want.
That makes. I would love for you to take one of these carrots so we can all listen to what not a gentle chewer.
You can go sit outside if you want to chew your carrot. They have a little outdoor porch.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock.
Oh, let's go.
All right, all right.
What?
We about ready to start?
No, Thomas is busy.
Yes.
I don't think you need to call it conversation pieces.
Yeah,
Maybe just
call
say,
something
these are some,
else.
These are some questions
these are
people
some
have.
questions people have.
As we were gathering around the Yuletide log, we came up with some thought-provoking questions. That'll bring in a whole different thing. 'Cause that's,
The old time log.
that's like German something.
Well, we could ask, does everybody have on their gay apparel?
As we were trying to guess what's in this year's fruit cake.
It's not fruit?
What are we going to call this? Because I personally don't think Keeping Christ in Christmas is a good title for this episode.
You said what now?
I said, Keeping Christ in Christmas is not a good title for this episode. This is the universal title for this episode.
Why we worship the wise men. Sorry.
Because they're wise and they give gifts.
Rhetorical question, Tyrone.
Not so Merry Christmas.
Rhetoric.
What's a good title?
Do we have to come up with that right now?
Reframing Christmas?
Or do we have to say it now? Because we need to say it.
Well, we normally announce what it is we're going to be talking about. So,
Yep, and we need to come up with it.
Reframing Christmas.
reframing.
What did you guys
Christmas.
title the one about the election?
But that was a third race one. That wasn't a To the Saints one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't.
That was different branding.
Reframing?
That was Andrew's other site.
Yeah, that was Andrew. Yeah.
That's copyrighted under a
That was
different.
Andrew's second ministry.
And it takes the legal team to see if we can use some of those ideas.
Yes.
Reframing Kremla.
What did we call that one? Podcast.
Here's full.
Oh,
Is that from
The
National
Yule log.
Lampoon's? Yeah.
I was thinking when you
that's what I was thinking when you talk about the Yule log.
Two letters that mean so different. Makes
Big
a
difference.
big difference.
Election results reaction. It was really creative name.
Christmas podcast.
The
Or
Christmas
no.
episode.
Have the title be "This one is about the Christmas." Or "This one is about Christmas."
The one about Christmas.
The one about Christmas.
Anyone else is butthurt?
Bring your cushions. It's always weird. You know, like,
Brought my own.
when you have people that have, like, hemorrhoids and stuff, they have an inflatable pillow, like a donut. I always thought it was kind of gross. Like, you would not want to deflate it to you wouldn't want to put your mouth back on it to re-inflate. guess you just use like a pump or something.
You make sure that that's always on the bottom.
At one time you forgot and you didn't remember what. Ask the kid to blow. That's what you said.
No, I said you wear pants.
Oh.
Hopefully you have clothes on.
I thought you put the donut between your pants and your skin.
It's always there. You know where you sit.
Just walking around.
Is that a donut in your pants?
Does donut make my butt look big?
I am totally recording all this.
Outtake on hemorrhoids. I mean, it's like you're butting heads against yourself, really.
All that effort and passion we put into the government.
Butting heads against. Okay. I was like butt and heads.
Oh, butting heads.
Butthead. Beavis and Butthead.
No, we're not.
Andrew Starr.
Cornolio.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. Okay, all right. You ready?
Straighten up now.
But John's a lot older than we are.
I will tell him you said so.
I will. Yeah, you will.
I tell him all the time.
I tell him all the time, hey, John, you're older than me.
By a lot.
Could almost be considered another generation. I mean, it's borderline, you know.
Okay, so are you recording this stupidity?
All of it.
Yes, all of it.
All of it.
Great.
You're going to have a lot of editing.
So many weeks of being recorded.
Archives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we have outtakes, just flat out outtakes, where Andrew's talking and he gets in the spirit and gets talking so fast that his mouth can't keep up. But he's not the only one, I'm sure.
Or I forgot to read how to read. What the heck?
And so, so we have some outtakes for you here.
God first loved us in that he infused us with his love and generated within us the love with which each... Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Redo.
Take two.
I really like... we'd like to share a non-exhaustive...
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Would you like me to cut
That's
that
speaking
out,
in...
Andrew?
Yes, please do.
And 13, apparently. 4 by 1 spirit. I know it's in 1 Corinthians 12 somewhere.
Yes, and his image bearers are the expression of reclaimed...
Of reclaimed.
Of a reclaimed?
True.
If you want to add a word or two, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay to add.
There you go.
Scripture.
Do not add or take away.
But it's not 'tis the season to be jolly. It's holiday. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You may want to cut that.
It says to...
We were all thinking it.
I don't know who invited this guy.
I don't either.
We're not allowed to say that.
That's not publishable, RC. He is the only one who pleases God all the time, for all the fullness was pleased.
I'm sorry. She couldn't hold it in any longer. We were trying to get your attention. It's okay.
Yeah. You were very brave.
I know. She was like dying.
It was like a cartoon.
Bring it. Come on. Bring it on. Get it on.
All right, here we go. G.I. Joe.
Over.
Whatever that music is.
I mentioned this, but now Allison's going to expand on what I mentioned.
No, she
Nope.
just said
I
that.
covered it.
You did?
Yeah,
So
so
that it's all red.
Fine, whatever. I'll
Way to
keep
follow
going.
along.
I worked with what you said.
Yeah, she did.
He was on his cell phone.
You just got it. He's been busy editing.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it time for RC's example now?
It is my RC's example.
So, yes. Anyway, so which as Tyrone was talking, and I was thinking of this thought. I was thinking. So is it welcome back? Welcome to the this week, this episode.
Welcome to this episode this week. Welcome to this episode.
Are we still going to tell people it's a new program and what it's called and all that?
No, it's an old program now.
Oh.
Old news.
Old school. This is old. We've been around for a whole week.
We know what we're doing.
We're a week old. We got this.
1 week.
We actually did a cheerleading dance to this one year.
Do you remember
And yes, we went like this.
Nice.
Okay, so let's think about this.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we haven't been super linear. So there's some of this that it's quite. I mean, it's likely that we have really already touched on.
Yep. They're going to make you sad. Not talking about Fox.
He hasn't said very much this show.
Well, he was waiting for his big
I was
Fox
saving
moment.
it all up. I had theme music coming in. I mean, I was ready.
I mean, hang on. I should ask Allison that. My assumption was that he was going in there with the baby for a little bit.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So, what I've just told him, if he's even looking at his phone, if he even has it,
Right.
I know, right?
is that I think he did see it. He's typing that I will let him know, like when we start and about how long we have, and see if he can come back in for part of the wrap up, say his name, whatever.
Yes.
Or you're just going to have to say, this is Tyrone.
That'll be awesome because the guys have been saying our names.
I know.
This is Tyrone.
Yeah.
Gonna make him in a hole.
I know.
That's where you go.
This is Tyrone.
You can't leave the studio. So why is this important?
Bridget.
No.
That's what the notes say.
But we changed the notes.
No, that's
No,
what
it says, why is this important, Bridget?
What does the note say?
Ow! Oh, I'll make it hurt. I'll give you a reason to cry.
She's speaking with her hands and it doesn't feel nice.
Go to the cross.
She's beating her with the cross. What are you talking about? You heard of Bible thumpers.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take out a lot of this.
Yeah,
Sorry, babe.
but that was fun.
All right, babe. The themes of this book, including the eternal purpose of God, staying the course.
So you said, okay, babe. I just realized we never introduced who we were.
Whoa!
That was my failure.
No, it's quite all right.
None of us caught it.
Nope.
Okay, let's just do it real quick and you can
I
slice it
actually
in.
noticed
Sure, because
Okay.
it was just when you said, okay, babe, I wonder if they understand
are.
who that is.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your name?
Your name is Andrew Walters. You're in Austin, Texas.
Wait, it always starts with
The
my
year is
C.
2018.
Okay. I'll leave the babe off
No, I like the babe.
so we don't confuse anyone.
I'll try not to call you babe.
I was going
Be confusing.
See, now that you're leaving it off, I'm not going to do it, but I was going to say babe, too.
Okay. Hey, babe.
Hi, this is Andrew. Thank you for tuning in to our regular hour of worship.
Regular hour worship. All right. We're going to make Thomas laugh so much.
We are.
Already.
Really.
We have been called across the globe, the laughing people. This
Yeah.
episode,
Laughing people.
we
Very
will
much
see
laughing people.
who laughs first. Dang, I lost already.
All right.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm about to put it in.
What's he say? I don't even know kind of what the end thing.
It's right there.
It's
in the
right there.
notes.
It's right there. I know.
Look at your page.
So we get to this point.
Yes.
Where
How much time?
You're going to have to edit this out. I have got to pee so bad. I literally can't wait any
so
longer.
glad, 'cause I got a pee too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Man,
sorry.
how
Yeah,
much time?
the temperature doesn't help. It's like getting cooler.
Yeah, I will admit it's
getting cooler now.
It's
It's
cool.
like,
It's cool in here.
I'm actually not cold yet.
Really?
I'm gonna
No.
have to go pee too. Wow.
Do you need it played right now, or are you going to put it in post edit? Okay. Okay. I couldn't tell the way you were talking what we were doing. Sorry.
Sorry, I was trying to talk like I was actually doing this.
Yeah.
For real.
So we have to do more editing.
Now I have to edit all this out.
Oh, I'll show you more. No, I'm kidding.
You only think you need to do more editing. That door is awesome. If we need some sound effects, we can just open and close the door slowly.
And if we say that our St. Bridget are celebrating their 20th, they can
we can kind of
probably deduce
Okay.
who the other ones are.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think
You're right.
23.
It just is in a different way. It's being
I thought you
presented.
guys were just a year ahead of us in marriage.
no, they're old.
Yep.
Yeah. We have all our teeth.
We do.
Not all of them, but we have some teeth.
I don't have all of it.
We have more teeth than you. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
You probably will for a long time.
That wasn't very Christian of you.
Sorry, I'm really ready now.
Carrie, it's your turn.
Well, I didn't really know where this was going to go.
I know.
It's been so long, we have to be reminded. Who's next? Andrew, it's your turn.
I know.
Here we go.
Snap my finger like Thanos.
This is a great place to start, Allison.
Yes.
I can't say that.
That was just weird.
All right, then.
It was great. It was just like, oh,
Yeah.
It's a great place to go.
it's a great place.
Tell me more about this, Allison.
And behold, there came a voice to him and said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" And he said, "I have been very jealous for the Lord, the God of hosts. For the people of Israel have forsaken your covenant, throw down your altars, killed your prophets with the sword, and I, even I only, am left, and they seek my life to take it away." And the Lord said to him, "Go, return on your way to the wilderness of Damascus, and when you arrive, you shall anoint Hazael to be king over Syria, and Jehu, the son of Nimshi, you shall anoint to be king over Israel, and Elisha, the son of Snaphat of Abel," I should have just taken these words out, "you shall anoint to be the prophet in your place. And the one who escapes from the sword of Hazael shall Jehu put to death, and the one who escapes from the sword of Jehu shall Elisha put to death. And yet I leave 7,000 in Israel, all the knees who have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him." So basically, the Lord told Elisha to anoint Elisha to replace him. This is after Elijah's like, "I am the only one left, and they're trying to kill me." And he also tells Elijah of 7,000 people who are loyal to Yahweh, who are vessels for the Lord to use when he would like to. So I guess the prophet Elijah was not indispensable.
No, he was not.
Now, I have a side question, which I will take this out, but because of my pronunciation of Hades and Hades, I've always pronounced it Elisha. Is that not correct?
I think I normally say Elisha, but I said Elisha once, and I was like, I gotta go with it.
I didn't know.
It was one of those. Try to be consistent.
Well, I didn't choose that one because I was like, how am I going to say Elijah, Elisha, Elijah, Elisha?
Maybe just John and Sean.
Because of all the names in it.
Yeah, not well thought through.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Snapchat's in the Bible.
Elijah and Elisha.
Yep.
Is that his daughter? I'm sorry.
Okay, just start from there and go again.
Yeah. Okay.
And behold, there came a voice to him and said, "What are you doing?"
I was laughing.
We're not going to be able to do
This is so going in the outtake show. Well, I mean, she did it with such conviction. I just thought that I had pronounced it wrong
I didn't
the
even
whole time.
realize who she was talking about.
He's like, who's this new character in this story?
I don't remember these people.
I gotta reread my Bible.
Oh, gosh. Just going to take a minute. Will that help you?
Okay.
You're going to be able to read it.
I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah, you can do it.
And then what's funny to me is when people say, "Are you gonna cut that?" or "Would you cut that out?" or
Which is mostly Bridget.
yes.
Yes.
Called out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the truth. We all know it.
Cut that out. I can edit that.
We did learn 2 things.
What did we learn?
When not to record.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Don't record after you've eaten a bunch of candy.
Yes, which is don't get wet.
Gremlins.
Yes. And also don't record after 11. Because the
Which is-
bewitching hour happens at 11.
Don't feed after
We start
midnight.
going, it's like, you ever heard of slap happy? That's what happened. We just went downhill. That's where some of our conversations came from.
Yes. So, for your listening enjoyment, here are a couple of our more spiritual conversations. Yeah, this would probably be good now, huh?
Yeah. Thank you.
Saved.
Oh, man. The music means it's almost over.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Oh, Saints, we started out loud and rowdy, and then we got into some deep, heavy stuff today. Some really good. This new humanity. And then the Lord dared you to let Him be your one and only.
Yes.
And then also, what's it mean to be a part of His world? We kind of ran the gamut.
That was
Yes.
kind of a sing the Lord in movie and music.
That
Combined.
Yes.
Combo.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
And speaking of which, discount type stuff, today's the last day.
Yes.
For the early bird special.
Yep.
ToTheSaints.com.
Yes. Register today.
Today.
Or tomorrow at a higher price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Still register.
But still a great price.
Yes.
It's still great, yes.
It's reasonable. Yeah, for sure.
We're excited to see you all. So get on there and register, and we'll look forward to seeing you in July.
Yep. Faux show.
Faux show.
All right, stop. I messed it up.
Okay.
Because I played this as the end of the program, and it's not. The interview's the end of the program.
That's right.
We were just about to.
Let's redo.
Near the
That's
end.
good. We can take out my Ursula comment.
I'm the one who said it first.
Well, somebody said that's a good
You
name.
said Ursula, and then I'm the one who said the enemy has a name. We can just start and take that off of me.
No, I think it was all fine.
I think so.
Serious. I do. I think
No,
it's okay.
yeah.
Are you recording right now?
I am.
Okay.
This is
'Cause-
endorsed
Okay.
by
'cause I'm-
Tyrone.
Yeah, because you don't have any business naming your children Ursula. You don't. Come on, man.
I want to meet the person who we offended to see.
I know. Isn't PJ Oliver's wife's name Ursula? Yeah.
Now
it's
we're
like-
naming real names.
I guess I was on a little thinking. I'm like, no.
It wasn't their choice.
I know.
You can change your name.
That's the end of the red.
Right. We are definitely needing to cut this part out.
Yeah.
We lived in Danville, Kentucky for a while. Not Danville.
Denver.
Danville.
Denver.
Danville.
Like Marvel.
Marvel.
Well, and you know it's Louisville.
Yes,
Yeah,
Louisville.
it's Louisville. It's
Not
not
Louisville.
Louisville.
No.
Louisville.
I grew up singing
Louisville.
until we moved to Kentucky, and they were like, "What?"
Yeah, I called somebody in Louisville when I was applying at a church, And I was talking about something about Louisville, and they said, "You're not from around here, are you?"
Well, how did you get
Actually, I'm not. I'm from Oklahoma.
Pronounce it again. How do they say it?
Louisville.
Louisville.
No, not Ville.
Louisville.
Oh, that's the
Everything
difference.
is Vol.
Not Louis.
Louisville.
And it's not
Louis.
Louis.
Louisville.
Louisville.
And it's not Danville, where we lived. It's
Danville.
Danville.
Like Anvil.
And it's not Norfolk. It's Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Just kind of like.
Oh, I'm still going to play this one. Put the beep right there.
I promise I was not trying to do that.
We lost Bridget.
She's on the floor. She's headed down here.
I just love that Thomas is the first one to drop the F-bomb. I
The newbie.
Wow. All right.
know. Because I know. I mean, none of us go around saying that word. I would be surprised by anyone. But, like,
Yeah, no.
so unbelievably not
Uncharacteristic.
It's very uncharacteristic. Yeah, that's funny.
It's okay.
This is going in the 100th episode.
I know.
There
Right?
you go.
It's the freezer.
Freezer? Yeah.
That's why you start picking it up because you're at the end of the table.
Where are the bodies?
Because it's like.
Sorry, when I see a large freezer. Watch too many crime dramas.
Unplug it.
Oh, unplug it.
It's going to be unplugged for
Not that long.
20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. There's just ice in there.
It's the people inside.
These are the things that have to go in our 100th episode. You know, these classic moments.
I think so. It's the people inside.
Yes.
It's Bridget in the hole. What was it? Still makes me laugh. She doesn't ever really find it all that funny, though.
She still doesn't.
I guess you just had to be there.
I guess so.
I guess, yeah, you were. You were there in spirit. You were in the bathroom.
All right. So isn't there something about Latins in this?
No, we're not. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
We're not getting into Vulgates?
No, we're keeping it G. G-rated.
I was thinking Vulcan. That's Spock.
I was thinking Colgate.
That
In the Latin, I'm going to brush my teeth.
it's going like this.
All right. I don't.
He travels the world. He goes to
lot
different
of
cities.
European places.
A lot of European places
Okay.
like France.
This is so off topic, but it's for my two sisters. I just saw a TEDx talk called "Is Hypnosis Fake?" I really want to watch it now.
Let me see what it looks like.
Place closed.
It's really small. Can you see that part? Really
Oh, I watched that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay.
It's on my fingers.
I hope he hypnotizes people while he's doing it. That'd be
He does.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So his answer is that it's not fake.
Watch it. Yeah, it's not fake.
No, I say that because I've been hypnotized, so we were having a conversation about it. That's why it intrigues me.
He's like subliminal.
With bacon. Bacon. I don't like Krispy Kreme.
I don't know.
Too bad for you, because that's what.
Dunkin' Donuts? Are they open? I like Dunkin'
I don't like
Donuts.
Dunkin'
Dry donuts.
Sucks. And they put like this tiny little thing of icing.
Seriously, it's not
What
enough.
about?
They charge like $2 for it.
Yes.
That's true.
We need to. Yes, this is a segment.
At least we're all outraged
go.
equally by Dunkin' Donuts.
There's a segment.
America runs on Dunkin'.
We have consensus on Dunkin'
No
Donuts.
wonder why we're going to hell.
Going to Hades.
It was Dunkin' Donuts that made America great again.
What's the other one?
Oh, boy.
Is it Daylight's in Oklahoma City, isn't that?
Daylight's good.
Daylight
Yeah,
savings
those are
time.
good.
I like those not cake donuts, but like fried donuts, but that have really good.
Shipley's.
inside. Shipley's is not bad, and Super Donut is not so bad here.
Is Shipley's open?
I thought Shipley's was just, is it? That was Houston, right?
There's one
Shipley
here.
There's one here too.
There's one in Gainesville. The Shipley.
Shows
So
how much I eat donuts.
What are we doing?
We're eating donuts after we're done here.
No, it's closed.
Oh.
I'm sure they all are. We can go at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you, Allison.
Take the
Sheet and ship have been our words of the night. Could we be like
Okay,
Sesame Street and have a word of the day?
Do you have the song ready?
Yeah, the word of the day is gobsmacked. No. Yes, gobsmacked. That's what she said.
Gobsmacked.
Yeah. Heard that.
I had that donut and I was totally gobsmacked.
By Creed.
What?
Didn't Creed sing a song? Godsmack.
There's a band called Godsmack.
This is gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobsmack.
All right, song.
You ready?
See, this is what listeners need to hear.
I think so.
This-
To an
Who's
extent.
got it? Who's got a timer?
This song is only 4 minutes, 30 seconds. How long was that last podcast?
20. I don't. It was over 30.
I think it was.
Slightly over 30.
Yeah, it's 33.
Yeah.
30
So this
for 30.
probably won't be a 10-minute
You don't think
segment.
we can talk about it?
You shouldn't talk about it for 4 minutes and play it for 4 minutes. It's under 10 minutes.
That's right. I think we can do it.
Are we going to play the entire song?
I would like to.
Yes.
Well, then that's.
Yeah, we'll play it in English
It's a
and then we'll play
4.5
it in
minute song.
Spanish.
For our Spanish listeners who don't understand a word we say ever.
Yeah, but they happen to
Until
listen.
this song.
But we have listeners now because they'll say, "Oh, they played a song in Spanish."
Hey, okay, so for our 100th episode, I think we should do it in a different language.
Oh, me
But
gusta.
each of us speaking a different language.
Speaking in tongues!
And see if they
right.
can all understand. Did you get it?
And we'll have one interpreter.
Tyro.
He's not going to say anything. He will not interpret.
No.
I don't think he'll go along with us.
There'll be alcohol.
He's under the influence.
You know what he said.
Yiddish.
Oh, that's funny.
Great. All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Back in the day, all Beth Moore's Bible studies were inductive Bible studies.
Nice.
That's what I know.
All right.
Anywho,
So his website is
you can take that out.
boa.org.
Hang on, say that again because I want him to take what I just said out.
Yeah, take that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about her.
Let's not get him to.
We're not introducing her.
Okay.
So, and there was a book that was written, and I think he was involved in some way. Called Life, Bridget mentioned it, it's Life in the Presence of God. And on the topic that we have been talking on.
Have you forgotten how to speak?
11 o'clock.
Trying to encourage you, brother.
I know, we're all like,
We've learned 2 things. Do not eat sugar and do a show.
Yeah.
And don't go till 11 o'clock.
Don't record after 11 because up until 11
witching hour.
The gremlins come out.
Use your words. Okay, let's go again.
As I was saying.
are you going to make sense this time?
Yes. Lots and lots of
I'm going to make sense of sense.
sense. The mystery deepens.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Hey, but at least you added something semi-edifying compared to what I've added.
Okay.
But it could be illegal because he purchased a book with.
You're cussing and now
Yeah.
legal things.
Yeah, 11 must be my witching hour.
That's hilarious.
Well, that was a good one. And sometimes we just have technical difficulties.
We do.
Screens freeze up. Microphones keep drooping down away from us. or just who knows what happens.
Yeah, you should have heard the one where we got new microphones.
Oh.
That one was
Yes.
a good one, too.
Mhm,
Wow, how do these work? Does it go this way?
Can you turn this on?
Did you pick blue?
Yep. And so let's get going. My name's RC.
I'm Bridget. This is Allison.
This is Tyrone.
This is Carrie.
And this is Andrew. Our fans have been pleading, asking.
Why is my screen frozen?
Can you stop it?
Seriously.
Man.
That second one got it. Thank
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. There's power in them fingers.
That's right.
Hang on, I'm just loading photos. Okay, keep going. My computer did this the other day where it just died. And it went black, so I was making sure it didn't just die, but it's still recording.
Okay.
Check two. Okay. While it's mono in our ear, it is stereo on here. Apparently my screensaver kicked in. It's back now, thank you. So, no! Lord Jesus, don't let this go away. Thank you. I hit the X instead of the minus.
Doing that freaked me out.
So, as we were saying, I didn't touch a thing over there.
No. No, we will for the next
Next segment.
But we can go ahead and do the interview.
Yeah, let's
We
get
get the
that
interview
done.
going.
Here we
Maybe you do.
Does everyone have their own mics over there?
Yes.
Typically.
Except for Allison, whose mic is not working.
Turn it on.
Oh, if only it were
Button on
that
side
You see that button
on.
there?
Captain Obvious.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What is that noise going on in there?
That's people sharing a microphone.
I'm turning off the fan so that we can hear everybody. There we go.
Oh, wow. It did get a lot quieter.
What is everybody?
We
just
are
let's
at your
talk about
place under body.
Well, I accidentally X'd it out.
Yeah, you're not on. That's not the right one.
No. Sorry, guys. I was trying to find the right one. I know. It just was gone. I was like, where did it go? Nice. I like this.
You're
spray.
back.
So if I turn that down a little bit, maybe I could do that. All right.
Man, here's all the breathing.
What did she say?
Can you really not hear?
What'd she say?
She said, "Man, it's all the breathing." And then she went,
Well, I heard that, but I didn't know what she said.
Breath of life.
It's just very sensitive right now.
What's my volume at on my headphones?
"I don't know." Which one
The
is
number one?
100.
Is it number one?
I'm
Yep.
almost at 6.
You too.
Is that too loud for you?
It's a little loud,
It's a
isn't
little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Is that better?
Test. What would you put it at? 2?
I put it at 4. That's 4.
Wow, that's a
Well,
big
let's go to
change.
5.
Let's go to 5 and split the difference.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, thank you kindly.
Yeah,
I
oh,
appreciate
man,
that.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's funny. It was not that big of a difference in my headphones.
Well, are you plugged into number 1?
Yes.
Yeah, they're both
I
on
thought
the
I
same
was
one.
number 1.
No, I think you're over here. I think. Who's this?
I'm number 1.
No,
Oh, yes, you're right. I'm in 4. That's
Yeah,
why
you're
it
4.
didn't make any difference.
that's good.
Wow, didn't make that big of a
I
difference.
was like,
That's
well,
why I gave you that look like, what? Sorry.
Are you good, Allison, or do you want to turn it down just a little bit?
I could turn it down a touch
Just a-
now
just a
with
hair
the
now.
with the
oh yeah,
game?
you guys are up at
yes.
9.
Gosh, calling us out.
Yeah, a little intercession.
Just turn it down to 8.75.
There,
please.
this is 7.
How's that?
The 7 is fine.
Yeah, that's
that
good.
sounds
That's good.
Good, wonderful.
It didn't make a lick of difference. To me, it didn't make it. I don't know, Bridget. Why is yours wonky? Is that a joke?
Bridge, you want a power cord?
Do I want what?
Power cord?
that the bands,
Yeah, like mine's
they need to go
funky.
down underneath and connect to it, because mine was doing that too.
Okay, that's why it's wonky.
And there's one over here, to where it gives you that.
Now it's straight.
Yeah, mine kept doing that too.
Okay, thanks guys. Carrie knew the answer.
Atta girl, Carrie. Atta girl. I have everybody turned down. I will turn you up before we start talking. All right. I will control the volume from my computer.
Do you have that little box check that you're supposed to check on your little computer?
That's all recording. Yes. Everything is checked.
Well, you haven't had a thing from us yet.
Oh, well, I'm picking up everybody who's actually talking.
Well, then you were picking me up from somewhere else because my microphone wasn't on.
And I'm picking you up from this one. I'm talking to it if you like.
No?
You're off.
It's fine.
I just turned it off.
You're off. You're off. You're off.
Hi, this is Andrew.
Oh, another thing. I can't mute us. Yeah, I can. Oh. This is muting channels 1 through 6. I'm in channel 8. All right, so I do this while the music's playing. All right, so Thomas's laugh is going to cut pretty loud.
No apologies on that.
This one
None should be.
converted,
None taken.
but I'm not quite for sure.
Okay, can I go now?
That's the kind of laugh that would pierce the veil. It's separated.
That's much louder. Oh yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know why it's
All
doing
right,
it either.
so
Try that.
yeah, like I can't hear myself talking.
You can?
The way I've always
Right
done
now
it.
you can't?
You're silly.
I hear it,
Changed.
but it's not
I
as
have
loud
to
as you
scream
guys.
down.
Right.
Better.
Yeah. Well, I'm much
That
louder
is
than I
so
was a
loud.
second ago.
Hello.
This
Can I hear
is-
myself?
I sound no different.
Instead of like
Really?
this.
In my headphones, I sound no different.
Even
But you
though
sound better
all
to
the
me.
rest of
I
it
can hear you
seems
better.
the same.
Yeah.
You
What are you
know,
converting to?
Does it sound
What do you
loud
want
enough?
to convert it to?
Yeah.
convert it to
Yeah.
like an
I'm
MP3,
okay if I
an
can't hear
audio
myself,
file.
but
You can't-
Yeah.
I can hear everyone else
you-
clearly,
did you
at least
convert it to-
to one
If I
side.
can.
I download it as it is, and then I convert it in QuickTime.
Never mind.
You want to convert it in QuickTime?
Yeah, now this
I
one's
was gonna say, if I
not
can't hear
even-
myself, how do I know what I'm saying?
It's a problem I can't
You
help
guys
with.
hear
Richard.
music?
She does have some Moscato over there, right?
I thought we had.
Ooh, that's
Whoa.
nice and loud.
Whoa.
My headphones must not be turned up very loud because that's not which one are you going?
He's on two. Here, I got it.
I have short arms.
It's not changed. Not three.
They're short.
Whoa, you just turned me up.
Yeah.
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 Is that not okay?
Okay.
Turn your ears down then.
Your wife.
There's a button right there.
Turn it down.
I literally can hardly hear myself over the music, but I can hear other people fine. That's what. If it can't be fixed, I'm fine with it. I'm just.
Well, the music won't be playing the whole time. Well, didn't you just say you can't hardly hear yourself over the music? But everybody else just fine?
Right. It has nothing to do with the music. It has the fact that everyone is super clear in my headphones but me.
I think we all have that issue.
Okay, that's fine.
I can hear. I'm just
Good
saying.
thing I got this
I'm
pop
just saying it's
filter.
not all.
They'll just think we're around a campfire with bongos.
Every once in a while, we're like, oh.
Something to it, so. Anyway, random.
So we can't turn these off to cough or whatever.
No. If you wanted to look at me, I could pull you down.
Oh,
Like we
that's
used to
fine.
do
Before
in
we-
the old
In the
days.
days.
Did you have to use the phantom power for these?
Yep.
Okay.
The phantom power is on.
Not the phantom.
So how's it looking over there? Pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. I mean,
Good.
these are microphones meant for this.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice.
The other microphones are meant for like
And they're pretty in blue.
For concerts.
Yes.
They really are.
They are pretty. They're fancy.
Did you have to pick a color? Or they just came that way?
They are all
No.
blue. They came this way.
Yeah, you were showing me something silver
Well, what
and
this would
something
you can either
black
get
and
these in silver, or
And spray paint
these
them.
would be silver with this being a blue. But Tyrone just wanted to get everybody the same color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just me, not Bridget and Allison.
I actually had strong opinions about it. Probably the strongest.
About the color?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't like the blues.
Oh.
When it was too much blue.
Hey, we're gonna have
I
to
like
do
this
something
one.
about that.
Oh, there was a different one that was.
that
It keeps hitting.
It was a lot of blue.
You go
And
around
I was
that
like,
other
if we're
way
going to
like
be
that,
on
just-
video sometime, that's like going to be distracting. Oh, yes. Good thought. Good thought. Yeah.
You can
Way to
move
think
this
forward.
little-
You can move that closer to you too.
Well, not much. Carrie's doesn't have a lot
No,
of.
I'm talking about the mic. You can pull it towards you. So you don't have to. So you don't have to.
Yeah, you can just move.
Why would it be?
Because that means I have
Just
less
to
freedom.
stop.
with
Just
this.
no, just to stop you from having to lean in.
Oh, he has to lean in because of the cord.
You can scoot your
Ooh, look
chair
at
a little
that.
further.
I'd rather have it.
Okay.
Chiropractic approved.
Do what you gotta do. That's
Not chiropractic approved. No.
fine. We gotta get some other cords.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some cords.
Or
whatever
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Whatever's attached to this.
Or just sitting away to get it.
Okay.
It's, I think putting your cord on that side is going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
I think
Way
we're
to
good.
go, Thomas. Problem solver. Okay. Everybody said.
Hello.
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 Check. Your microphone cord wraps around
So
there.
you don't end up hitting it?
Yeah, but
Can we do that?
you could probably do it from your side, but not from ours. 'cause it's too
So
short.
that way I'll quit hitting it down here.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. That wasn't just me.
No.
I thought you were just playing sound effects.
Oh man, so many things. We have
Yeah.
notes here. We what we did, Saints, for this episode, just so you know, a little more behind the scenes of To the Saints. I have Invisalign retainers in, or aligners
His
in.
teeth?
And so sometimes it sounds like I have a lisp. Because I can't
Yeah, where you're eating
talk
bananas.
correctly.
Oh, that's the worst.
Bananas?
That sound. You're welcome.
You know, somebody said something about
We
not
actually had a
being a
conversation.
gentle chewer.
We had a
Yes.
conversation
Yeah.
about that
An
too.
aggressive chewer.
Uh-huh. Sometimes we have a word of the day, which one day was gobsmacked.
Yep.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other day was tripartite, which was actually a.
It was actually in the thing.
Yeah.
Some of our bloopers do actually make the recording, the final,
do.
the final copy. The final
Sometimes
cut.
we have some where their spouse is having a talk back and forth.
Oh,
That happens.
Yes. That gets cut out.
until now,
Till now.
cracking open the vault, as Andrew said last week.
Get to.
Yes. His image bearers are the expression of a reclaimed kingdom manifesting his rule and kinship on earth.
Or kingship.
I'm sorry.
It was the look that Andrew gave her.
What's wrong with kinship?
Kingship.
It's a kinship redeemer.
Yes, right. He is a kinsman redeemer. He is a kinsman redeemer.
Sorry. I'll quit looking.
Take three.
Take three.
And I was.
It's a good thing we're on the radio.
Ouch.
Wow.
That didn't come from.
But she agreed.
Came from my husband.
Who loves you more than life itself.
And all the grace.
Anywho.
There's just more to love now. What I realized I didn't finish what I was trying to say a while ago was that for this episode, I uploaded into our Google Drive that we share all the extras and pre. When we set up, I'll just start hitting record to make sure that everything's recording. I can see levels and stuff, and some of our conversations
Happen then.
are great for this episode, and some of them are just tossed because ain't nobody be hearing that. But then I always take out the extras that we're cutting out, and I put that in its own separate audio file. I'm holding my fingers apart as that's my file. And so I uploaded all those, and Sister Carrie went through and listened to all of them, and then made notes of everything, and so we.
She kept laughing.
She did. What is going on?
So funny.
So this episode is thanks to Carrie.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
we gave her some good material.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
did.
it
It wasn't hard to do, I'll tell you that.
we found that we are very musically inclined,
I was going to say that next.
or we like to break into song anyway.
Yes.
I don't know how inclined we are, but it's been. We should play that song. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. But what?
You're not alone.
I'm like, why can't I see her changes?
Here with you. Though far apart,
Always in my heart.
Oh.
Thank you, Tyrone.
There it is.
So quiet in this room now without all that other stuff.
Boo, 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 boo,
We can add it.
boo, 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 boo.
You know what that just reminded me of? Do you remember that show Dinosaurs?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Do 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 do
Yeah.
do do.
That's come on ABC.
Yes.
Yeah, not the mama. Yeah,
Not the mama. That's it.
This is Love and Marriage.
Love and marriage.
Well, sure I can, or even the like to teach the world to sing.
Yep.
All right, so what is this one? We're going back to creation, back to the basics of the hip hop scene. Oh, almost paradise.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see if this one will work.
Shark, 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 baby shark, 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 baby shark.
Do you know that song too?
Baby shark.
It's played regularly at our house.
Oh, yeah.
Is the next one going swimming?
Baby shark.
Yeah,
Kids used to jump on the trampoline doing this song.
Baby shark.
Light comes around.
Check,
Yes, it
check,
does.
one. Check, wow.
I'm trying to find that order.
7.
I want to know
Check,
the order
one.
of the
Check,
song.
check.
Mommy.
Shark. And it's.
Yeah.
I think it is. Let's go swimming. She's 4. Yeah, and then there's one like run away because they're like chasing
Baby.
something.
Mommy,
I don't know.
daddy. Is there a grandma?
There's grandma.
There is
I have
grandma.
never
There's
heard that
grandma.
song.
And
There's a
there's
grandma.
daddy.
I think there's a fifth
It's
cousin.
multi-generational representation.
I remember it ended when my youth group would do it. It ended with going to heaven.
Yeah, yep.
Going to heaven.
Baby shark,
Yeah.
mommy shark, daddy shark, grandma shark, grandpa shark. Let's go hunt.
Oh.
Run away, safe at last. It's the end.
And then go
Sounds
to
like a
heaven.
kidnapping.
You go to heaven.
Let's go hunt? I don't think so.
Well, they're sharks.
Run away.
Let's get baptized, dude.
But we're in the water
We're
already.
there, so let's get in the air. Do, do,
I know.
do, do.
There's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say?
No? You've never heard this song?
No.
Oh, well, now we have to listen to the whole thing.
What the fox?
What the fuck?
It is a good question, though.
Big blue eyes.
I don't know what the fox is.
No one does.
I just accidentally touched this microphone with my lips.
You know what else you don't know what says? I did that when we had this song out. I was like, all right, what does a giraffe say?
Oh.
I was trying to think of all the animals that don't really have sound.
Like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly horse.
Yes.
Communicate by more.
Morse.
Morse.
That's it.
How would you speak to that horse? The video's awesome. You gotta see the video.
What the fox say?
You know they had to just have so much fun in the
Yes.
studio making
Yeah.
crazy sounds.
I know, you can't help it.
No, that's a wolf.
Is that this one or?
Is that the stylistic?
That's the stylistic.
Make me dance. Okay, be still.
Tyrone is dancing.
I think that might be this one.
Okay.
You're everything. All right.
Wake me up before you go.
Boom, boom, ding, ding, boom, ding, dong. Good morning.
Good morning.
Or is it this one?
Only you can make
My heart.
this world seem bright.
Yeah. Jesus. So you know when I pause saying something, actually.
Gonna insert.
Okay, great.
Leave that in there.
Okay. And then in the beginning, if you recall from the opening of this show, I started music and then I stopped. And then I remember doing that because people were like looking at me like, oh my gosh, are we starting already? Mm-hmm. Well, it's because we didn't have our system down yet. We didn't have our go, no-go system. And so now we have it where before we get going, somebody says go, no-go.
You say go, no go.
Okay, I say go, no go, and then everybody says either go or
And he
no-go.
gets very cranky if we don't respond.
Yeah, and I was quite rebellious because I didn't want to wear the dress. I'd say sure. I don't say go.
I'm sure that stood out to Tyrone and Allison, who weren't quite as familiar with RC and I and Carrie and Andrea, and they're like, dude.
No, we knew what she was doing.
Yeah, I didn't.
We figured it out.
But I'll
And
say
we
it
caught on and
sometimes.
started doing it too.
And then there were a couple episodes recently where I started playing the music and Tyrone got a little frustrated. Can I get a go, no go?
Yeah.
That's what I sound
Or
like.
he'll say go. Or we'll say go, no go, and everybody will say it, and somebody gets up and goes, does something.
And go do something else.
I know it. Right. It's like, what? We just said go. Where'd you go?
I gotta go.
It's
Yeah, we frustrate him sometimes.
all right. Go, no go.
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 Go. Is there a break, or we just go the entire time?
Just go the entire time.
Okay. Ready.
Or you can take a break whenever you
Ready.
go.
Go, no go.
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 Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. Sorry, I was somewhere else.
Like out of body.
With the angels.
Whether in the body or out of the body, I do not know. God knows.
All right, here we are. 2, 3, 17. Yes, go.
Go.
Go. Go.
Go. Go. Go. I forgot to say it.
Go.
Go, no go.
Go.
Go. We're gonna say how long we've been together.
You just told me.
I'm sorry.
Go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go.
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 2.
Go.
It's recording.
Go. Go. Go.
I did that just to be a butthead.
All right, go.
Go. Go.
Go. Can I get a go, no go? Because I didn't know what go, no go.
Go.
Do you want to go?
I want the go, no go. The question.
Go, no go.
Go.
Go. Go.
Go.
I have a headache. Go, no go.
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 Well, then I guess I will go. And then we had our conference back in the summer of 17.
Which was awesome.
Fantastic. And we had we recorded a promo for
The
that
radio
conference.
asked us to.
Yeah, they were going to play some free promos for us.
Right.
Which I don't think we had one person from Austin come from the promo. But And you could probably know why after listening to our first promo that we put together.
Oh. Okay, but there's a story behind that.
What's the story?
Are we talking about the conference one, right? So we actually recorded a silly one. Well, it wasn't silly to us. We actually liked it.
Yeah, well, it was us.
It was us.
Yeah.
And we gave that to the radio, and they were like, I don't think so.
They called me up and said, hey,
Yeah.
can you guys re-record that? Because they couldn't hear our information or what have you. But when we would go back and listen, we're like, it's all right there.
They already didn't really understand
didn't
us,
fit the
probably.
brand, I
But it didn't
think.
fit the brand
Right,
a little
yes.
bit. And that's okay.
Hey, Saints, To the Saints Conference is coming up soon.
That's not what it says.
That is not what it says.
She told me I could say however I wanted to say it. She said you can say it however you want to say it.
But to me, coming up soon is not. It's not coming up soon.
I like
in what I
summer.
would think of coming up soon.
Okay, so you cannot say whatever you want.
Can we talk about problems now?
Yes.
What happens when other people do something that annoy you?
Turn to the Lord.
Is soon like this summer?
Yes, Andrew. That's how soon this is.
There we go.
Starting again.
Get it right, RC.
Listen, Bridget. Listen, woman. Oh my goodness. Hey, Saints, guess what? The To the Saints Conference is happening this summer.
Wow. With special guests Milton Mary Rodriguez and John and Dottie Zenz.
This will be a time of impartation and equipping and connecting. I messed up.
That's not what it says,
That
Carrie.
is not what it says.
It would have been fine had it not meant that I had to change what I said. And I could
know.
not do that
I
on the
realized
fly.
that.
I was like,
Who wrote this stuff?
Well, she doesn't have a lot to work with, so she's really
The
trying
talent
to.
pool is not
very
deep.
high.
Not very deep.
Not deep. Not so deep.
We'll work on it
All
after.
right, so take 3.
you can say connecting, and then I can say there'll be lots of time to fellowship with brothers and sisters.
No, that's okay. It just rolled
I
out of my mouth.
needed a minute to come up with that.
She's like, that's my line.
All right. No, I know. See, she has standards. I can change it.
No, it's not that.
I know.
It's just that I don't think it's happening soon.
Okay. Let's get it done. Sorry.
Tell him, Gabriel. Hey, Saints. Guess what?
What?
The To the Saints Conference is happening this summer.
Awesome. With special guests Milton Mary Rodriguez and John and Dottie Zenz.
Awesome.
This will be a time of impartation and equipping.
Fantastic.
Lots of fellowship and connecting with brothers and sisters.
Terrific.
It's being held July 20th through the 23rd in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
So register today at tothesaints.com.
Perfect.
Hope to see you soon.
See you there.
Oh, yeah.
Does that work?
No, we said soon.
So we recorded another one that was a little more serious.
Yes.
Solemn one.
Hey, this is RC.
Andrew.
Tyrone.
Allison?
Carrie.
And Bridget.
From the To the Saints radio program airing Sundays 3 to 5 here on the Bridge.
We invite you to attend the To the Saints Conference July 20th through the 23rd in Austin, Texas.
The focus of the conference is on spiritual depth and the supremacy of Jesus Christ.
With an emphasis on knowing Christ practically and expressing Him in close-knit community.
And connecting and equipping others of like mind to fulfill God's eternal purpose.
To register or find out more about this unique spiritual event, go to tothesaints.com.
Oh, remember our first attempts at promos for the podcast?
Yes, I do. We have. Yes.
Yes.
Are you spiritually dry? Are you looking for...
What is my best radio voice impression?
And so we tried to fit those over our music, which is a little more upbeat, and it just...
Didn't work.
We thought, it's not really going very well. Yes.
Do you long to know the greatness of our Lord Jesus Christ? To understand more and more of God's great purpose and be drawn into His all-encompassing life? To grow up into the full stature of Christ
and to see the magnificent beauty of Christ fill the earth? Then join us on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. for a roundtable discussion centered around Christ and His church, called To the Saints, an invitation to discover Christ as our all in all.
Are you looking for more than what you're currently finding in modern Christianity? Do the answers you're getting seem too small? We were there once too, and we're finally finding the more we were longing for. Join us on To the Saints, Sundays from 3 to 5, as 6 believers who are following the Lord outside the religious institution share the vast Christ and His glorious purpose we are coming to experience and know. Once again, that's To the Saints, Sundays from 3 to 5.
Are you sensing a call to the deeper things of Christ? Do you keep saying to yourself, there's got to be more to the Christian life? Then we would like to invite you to tune into a new radio broadcast called To the Saints. This program will be airing on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. It will be a roundtable discussion speaking and talking about Christ Jesus, His church, and God's eternal purpose as summed up in Him. That's To the Saints from 3 to 5 p.m. on Sundays.
What else we need to know for our 100th episode, guys? Oh, well, another thing is we get hungry when we record.
Yeah.
And so we have conversations like about food. And one in particular, food that keeps coming up again and again. We even mentioned it, I think, here in this episode.
We don't have
Donuts. But you know what? As much as we talk about it, we have yet to go get donuts together.
Yes.
That should be remedied.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is the day.
This is the day. This is OC.
I can't think of anything like a few things they don't know about us. I can't think of anything that would be interesting.
And then our podcast grew. We added another saint.
We did.
We were blessed.
Yes. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag.
With Thomas. He actually adds a whole new dynamic.
He does.
Because while we're all older saints and married saints with kids, Brother Thomas is a single brother. And younger than some of us. Right?
I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 38. I'm like...
Your age.
I think Allison's still the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
maybe that's
36?
something people would find
See how big she
interesting.
smiled?
Yeah.
She was really happy about that.
She was, wasn't she?
So Carrie's the old lady of the group.
I am literally.
She's the oldest.
I'm older. 5 days older than Andrew.
Right.
Yes.
Then
Literally.
Andrew comes next.
Yep.
And then it's RC.
Do we want to give our ages?
Yeah, I'll be 44. And obviously we'll be
I'm
44.
close to that.
Well, by the time this airs, you will be 44.
Right. I will be 44.
Yeah.
I'm 44.
I am a distant 43.
Yeah. He's not. But
I am.
yeah.
From the 44, it's a long ways.
And then Tyrone and I are actually pretty close in age. We're just, a month apart?
Yeah.
And so we both turned 40 this year. Actually, we're in between. This episode will air in between where I'm already 40 and you're not yet.
Yes.
You can relish that 30.
Young.
So you're 40.
Yep.
He's almost there.
Yeah. And then Thomas, clocking in at 38.
I'm 38, yeah.
And Allison at 36.
Our little baby.
Man, robbing the cradle.
Really?
I went there.
Is the police looking for me?
Well, another interesting thing is you got Carrie's birthday, then the very next day is Bridget's birthday, and then 3 days later
4 days later
is Andrew's birthday, and then a couple weeks later is Tyrone's birthday.
Yep.
A couple months later is my birthday.
All right.
That's right.
Okay.
You're in
You two
May,
are in
Thomas?
May, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
May.
both are in May.
Yeah, we're in
Okay,
May.
yeah, both
Oh,
in
you're
May.
both in May?
Yeah.
So I kick us off. I'm in
do.
January, and then we
Yep.
got 2 February, early March, and then late March, May, and 2 in May. Wow. So by the end of May, we're done.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you have, the Lord puts it on your heart to send a birthday gift, you can send it to me.
You hear laughter, but RC and I we're serious. Follow the life.
And I'm sure it's telling you send us something.
Follow the life.
Yes.
But, speaking of the life, and so in more seriousness than what we were just in, a lot of this Saints is made possible the Lord's provision through you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just, I mean, financially is a big one because, you know, we have saints who will give to us monthly. We have a support thing on the website. But also prayers, you know, because this
encouragements
for people to hear it, because there are saints in Israel, in South Africa, in Austria, in America,
England,
yeah,
Australia, yeah.
and those other states, not Texas, that listen to the program and are ministered to by it, and so that's that. You know, we're just now getting into Instagram and trying to be a little more active on Facebook, because just personally, we're really not all that into the social media thing. We'll do them, but unlike other people who are all, you know, anyway. And so, just to get the word out there about the podcast, that this is a ministry, that this is a resource for saints. That I know we've had a lot of fun this episode. Just because we wanted to give you some behind the scenes and let you in a little bit to the inner circle of the saints.
Sounds so fancy.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm always curious about this kind of stuff. Whenever I start listening to
somebody you really like,
or reading their books, or I'm always
how do they do what they
intrigued.
do? You know, why do they do this and not that?
Yep.
Yeah.
What else, Andrew? This is your favorite podcast. What do you want to know?
It is. I'm just so glad it's gone on this far. I look forward to the many more.
Right?
Yes.
So do we make the big announcement that we're not going to be physically in Austin much longer on our 100th episode?
Ooh.
That's a big announcement, Bridget.
Yeah, it's a really big announcement.
I don't know what else would be more appropriate.
Yeah.
Right. So go ahead, announce it.
You got it.
That'd be funny if they thought it was a blooper. If they thought it was a practical joke.
This is the section of the program. This is not a
section
blooper
of the program. No, so we are actually going to be moving on from Austin, Texas.
Transitioning, yeah.
Yep. So by this summer, Thomas will be the sole. I mean, there's other saints here.
He'll be the lone
but
star.
Of us sitting in this room recording right now, Thomas will be the only one in Austin.
You are welcome.
And the rest of us, it looks like, are heading to Colorado.
Yes.
To spend a season together with some saints there.
Yep.
So there'll be coming a time soon when our recordings are from Colorado.
Exactly.
When
Yep.
you
So
hear our
that
teeth
doesn't mean we're not
chattering.
stopping.
It doesn't. No.
Just so you know, we're not stopping because of that.
Yeah.
Right. We can't stop, won't stop.
Never stop.
We have felt that life getting going and doing this more regularly. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that we will be in various locations coming up soon. And so just being that intentionality, that intentional with recording these.
And new technical difficulties.
And new technical difficulties.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a little update even. Oop-a-doo-doo-doo. Allison, anything you want to say? This is your chance. This is our 100th episode.
My brain is not.
I know,
There's
right?
nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
All right, if nobody else has anything, I want to start playing this music.
Yep.
Go, no go.
Go.
All right. Well, Saints, thanks for listening to the Saints Radio.com. The website is tothesaints.com. Sometimes we forget who we are and where we're going. Good grief. So anyway, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, website. All the things. My name is RC.
This is Carrie.
This is Allison.
This is Tyrone.
This is Thomas.
This is Bridget.
And this is Andrew.
Toodaloodles. welcome to a brand new radio program here on the Bridge 1120. We're calling it To the Saints.
To the Saints.
To the Saints. All right, so anyway, that's how I'll do it. I don't know that we are necessarily ready, but that's how I will do it. Something of that nature.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Allison, you with us?
I am with you.
Okay, great. You're with us always till the end of the age.
Yes,
Always.
she is,
Actually, I will be. You're
You
kind
will
of stuck
be.
with me.
Yes,
So.
you are.
Well, I hope we like you then.
I found this encouraging when I was reading the Ultimate Intention, just his dedication page. He just says, he's talking about why he wrote the book, but he just says, to that special company of overcomers who've been caught by this God-centered emphasis and an utter abandonment to our Lord, who join in this ultimate intention.
Awesome.
Amen.
Amen.
I felt like it really, like for us, it's like we've been caught up in this. Like for us, there's no other way as far as how we're doing things, how we see things, and being caught up in it is we're learning, always learning. But the reason why we're doing the radio is because we really do feel like the Lord has given us the opportunity for it, and He's always calling those who've given their life to Him, as who believe in Him, onto something more, onto the head, onto a purpose, which is Him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to do this for doing this?
Yes.
I think I was trying to get a little
Momentum.
centered.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Amen.
Lord
I like
Jesus, amen.
That's good.
We need centering a little.
Yeah.
Jesus, you are the center.
Yep. Yes.
You are our center in our life.
You are our vision and goal.
Yes. That's good.
Yes.
Please be our words.
You can do all things through you.
Yes.